Hello. Welcome to this special place to be with God. Anywhere we are is a special place to be with God, a place where we can talk to God and listen to God. This is a place where we tell stories about God and where we don't have to hurry because we have all the time we need. It's a place where we talk more softly, we walk more softly, because we know that someone might be talking to God and we don't want to disturb them. We usually start off our time together with a greeting, and since Easter, we've been saying Christ is risen. We're going to change that today. We're going to do a new one. And if you've been coming to Worship and Wonder at St. Andrew for a while, we're even going to change it from what we used to do. So it's new. And so I am going to say, peace be with you. And then you will say, and also with you, but we're going to do a different sign for that. So first let me teach you the peace sign. It's actually a combination of two signs. So you put your palms together like this, and then you twist them around like that. It's like one thing becoming another is the sign for become. And then for peace, we add in the sign for quiet or still. So it's like become quiet. And that's the sign for peace. And then, we put our fists together with our thumbs on top, and that's with. And then you. If you were saying it to one person, you could point to that person. You could say with you. I'm going to say it to all of you, so I'll say with you. And then the sign for and also with you is the sign for same. So it looks like this, and you just go like that. So it's like you're saying, yes, same to you. So let's try it. Peace be with you. And then you say, and also with you. Today is the 9th Sunday after Pentecost. And I'm going to light our Christ candle. We light our Christ candle in the sanctuary at St. Andrew. We light it in our Worship and Wonder room. And we light it here because it reminds us that Christ is always with us, wherever we are. Today's story is very short, and it's out of the Gospel of Matthew. It's actually only one verse, and it is called the Parable of the Yeast. So we already know it's a parable. Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast that a woman took and mixed in with 3 measures of flour until all of it was leavened. That's the end of that story. So we're going to learn a little bit more about that. And first we'll sing Be Still and Know to help us get ready. So I'll let you get your bodies ready to hear the story, and then we'll sing this song together to help us get our hearts and our minds ready. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. We already know that today's story is a parable. Parables in Worship and Wonder come in gold boxes because they're very precious, like gold. And they look kind of like presents because we are reminded by that parables have been given to us. They're not something we can take or steal. They're already ours. And sometimes parables seem to have lids on them, just like this box. Sometimes they're a little tricky to understand, but when you lift the lid and look inside, you find a really special story. So let's see what we have to help us tell our story today. Well, we have this. I wonder what this could be. It's kind of a funny color. It's not really yellow, and it's not really brown. It's kind of in between. You might think that color looks kind of like a mud puddle. You might think this looks like a mountain. Maybe you have other ideas of what you think that could be. Well, once there was someone who said such amazing things and did such wonderful things that people began to follow him. And as they followed, he talked about a kingdom, the kingdom of heaven. But they didn't really understand. They'd never been to such a place, and they didn't know anyone who had. They really didn't know where it was. So one day, they simply had to ask him, what is the kingdom of heaven like? And he said, the kingdom of heaven is like leaven. Leaven is the same thing as yeast. It's very small. And Jesus said, it's like leaven that a person took and hid in 3 measures of flour. So she poured some water in and she mixed the leaven up that was hidden in the flour. And then she waited. If you've ever helped someone make bread, you put yeast in with the flour and then you have to wait. And as she waited, it grew. And it grew some more. And it grew some more. Now that might be a little hard for you to see, but that little bit of leaven or yeast made that flour grow really big. And then she would put that in the oven and bake it, and she'd have a loaf of bread. So I wonder if that loaf has a name. I wonder what it could really be. I wonder if you could take that loaf and put it back to what it was like before the leaven was hidden inside it. I wonder if the woman has a name. I wonder what she did while she waited. I wonder if she said any words while she was waiting. And I wonder why she put the leaven in with the flour. I wonder if you have ever been close to a table like this. I wonder where this place might really be. You might have other things that you wonder about this story. So I hope you'll talk about those with your family. And maybe you even want to make something or draw a picture about how this story makes you feel. Now, I'm going to change the light. We change the light because it reminds us that the light of Christ, which was in one place at one time, can now be in many places at all times, wherever we go. Amen.